Good morning and a very warm welcome to Billy's Travels on Facebook and of course on YouTube. And welcome to Morecambe. We stopped at the Travel Lodge last night. Of course we're going home today on the ferry, and from the storage yard to Heysham is 3 hours, and I like to get the motorhome sorted and have a pleasant drive over and spend the night here. And at £29 a night for Travel Lodge isn't bad at all really, and it's a little treat for us as well. And we'll just show you around. Travel Lodge is behind us in the centre of Morecambe here. It's the second or third time we've stopped here, I think. And of course Heysham, the ferry is 3 or 4 miles from here. The ferry has been delayed an hour today, this afternoon, so 3 o'clock it sails and we get in at 7 o'clock this evening. Right, shall we, Jane Cowley, shall we do the turning round thing? Doubt whether it'll work, will it, today? A lovely day here in Morecambe as well. It's not having it. Oh, it is at last. Right, this is the Travel Lodge, quite easy to find. Here, 3-storey, we're on the top floor. That's down towards Wetherspoons, which we'll have a little walk that way. Going on that way down there is towards, we go out that way towards the ferry and the seafront, and also that way there is a satellite park with Morrison's, B&M and all that. The only thing with Travel Lodge, as always, is parking. The first time we came, we paid by the hour, which proved pretty difficult, but it's £14, pardon the buses, a lovely day in Morecambe, by the way. £14.50 a night for 24 hours. You see Poppy's parked here in the car park over there. We'll just pop over. That's it, right in the centre. We arrived probably about just gone 3 o'clock yesterday. We had a nice run over. There we are. And it's one of these ring parking things. Diane has it all on the phone. You ring up, put the registration number in and pay for the 24 hours. So that's what we did. Then got ourselves sorted out in the room, and then we went up to the Eric Bartholomew, which I didn't know was Eric Morecambe's name. Of course it's the Wetherspoons, our little treat. Went and had some tea in there, a couple of beers. Of course, I've just been doing a little bit of research about Morecambe, obviously, from our neck of the woods in the Isle of Man. John McGuinness, TT racer, is quite famous, lives in Morecambe, MBE. He's 23, I think it's 23 TT wins, and the first to break the 130-mile-an-hour lap record in 2007. Also, very sadly, in 2004, I think, mass researcher tells me that 24 Chinese immigrants were drowned by the fast-moving tides picking cockles, and then things were addressed. The gang leader got 14 years, I think, in prison. Things were addressed from there on in, because although the tides go out far, they're very fast moving. Coming round back onto the high street here, it's like any high street in a modern town nowadays, looking a bit old and a bit drabbed. Pardon me, people of Morecambe, but that's just how it seems from a person from the outside. But so is the modern world of town centres. They're all satellite parks now and what have you. Like I said, Travel Lodge, if the TH temporary holiday site finished on Sunday morning, and it was £25 for a site for Sunday night over near the compound. So we decided, well, £29, a few extra bob, we'll have a treat and come over to Morecambe, have a few beers, some tea, and then you don't have to check out while 12 o'clock, so we're getting sorted, and then we'll pop and have breakfast before getting on the ferry about 2 o'clock. When we go over to Heysham, we're obviously in the car, park over at Heysham. It's free to park, or it was, hope it still is. We go over on foot because it's only £25 each way on foot, so it makes it cheaper, and we're only going over for a week, as we've told you. There's the seafront. Oh well, we'll have a wander. That's a nice surprise. I thought it was further away. That's a nice surprise. We'll have a walk onto the seafront while we're here. I've left Kaylee having a shower. Got out the way for half an hour in the morning air. It's probably about 10 o'clock I think now. So there we are. Is that looking over towards Cumbria? I think, yeah. Yeah, see the mountains over there, the Lake District in the distance. See if we can get across while we're here. This car's going to stop. Let's go up this way away from the car with the dog shouting and what have you. Morecambe seafront. As you see there, the tide's gone way out, but like I said previously, the tides do turn quite quickly and come in, and that's what caught the cockle pickers out, apparently. We sometimes have a drive in the motorhome round that way, round towards going up to the lakes. I can't remember them. Carnforth goes down towards Carnforth. There are, around the top end of there, a lot of motorhomes park overnight as well, I noticed, and I think like most seaside towns they're trying to stop that. People obviously abusing the rights or wrongs or whatever. So there we go, it's a sandy beach at Morecambe. And I say only a few minutes away from the Travelodge. To stop at Travelodge on Friday or Saturday night was £69, I think it was. And of course, being retired, we can choose when we come and go, which is why we came on Sunday night for the ferry on Monday. Coming back, of course, a week on Monday. The ferry leaves Douglas at 8 in the morning, so it docks here between 12:30 and 1, and we should be straight on our way to pick Billy up. A night over near the compound, and then I think, all being well, we're going over to Southport for a few nights and on to Alton Park, as we said before. So, right, that's it from Morecambe. I'll have a wander back up to the hotel and get some breakfast, and we'll catch you in the Isle of Man. Bye for now. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We're on now Thursday, Thursday, the 23rd, St George's Day, of course, today. Of course, we're back in the Isle of Man. We've been here since Monday. We've been busy doing bits and pieces. The idea was to try and get the scaffolding down, and we've had some company over the last few days. A young lad that's doing the TT that does British Superbikes, a lad called Rhys Stevenson from the Skegness area, with his father, and mechanic came over for a few days, stopped with us while he was doing some laps to learn the course. I took him down for an odd lap, but I've forgotten half of it. I must apologise for that. Right, onward. We'll just take you. Shall we take you up the scaffolding? That's a good idea, isn't it? Shall we try that? Shall we try the old turning around thing first, if it'll work? I've got to stop not doing funny faces when I'm trying to do this, but how can you help it? It never. That's it. I'll get the hang of it one day. Of course, we're in Castlemoner Avenue, which is where we live in the Isle of Man, and of course our property is still on the market up for sale. If anybody wants a going concern, a HMO with 8 bedrooms, 4 ensuite, 4 non-ensuite, fully tenanted, of course, and a flat downstairs, ensuite bedrooms downstairs, 2 bedrooms flat, kitchen. Let me know. Right, Timmy's been hard at work. Timmy's Diane's son. He's been hard at work decorating. He's decorator by trade. He's been hard at work decorating. Of course, we've had the builders in to do some repairs. It started off with some problems in room 3, which is the one above the front door. We've had some damp in there. It started more than a year ago. I'll take you up. Are you ready? I hope you're not scared of heights. This could be a bit difficult, but see how we go. That's the first lift. That's the hardest one. You're still with us? Right, this is the first lift. We'll go up the second lift. It's, of course, we have CCTV cameras on the outside of our property, front and back. And of course, inside on the communal areas as well. Right, this is up to the second lift. Right, this is where we had the problems. This is room 3. Above this particular lintel here, we've had replaced, as you can see. That's where the problem was, and we've still had some damp coming in, so we've had the builders in to find out where it's coming from, and we think it's been chasing down the cavity, missing room 5 out and coming out in room 3. So he's been up on the roof to see what was going on and found a few things which is sorted. Excuse the panting. That's the next level. This is rooms 5 and room 6 on the top floor, of course. We've cleaned the windows as we've gone down as well. Timmy's painted the top bit. I've cleaned the fall pipe down as we've come down as well. And right up to the very top. Are you still with us? It's a long way down, folks. Of course, as I've said many times before, scaffolding by Absolute Scaffolding, Martin and the boys, cracking job. It's a bit blustery last night up here. 31 knots, not kilometres an hour. Last night, me and Timmy were up here with the roof ladder. Had a roof ladder, obviously, up here, and painted the stack, both sides of it. I did this side, Timmy did the other side. I'm not as brave as I used to be. So they put some of this new rubberoid paint stuff in the guttering, and he thinks it was leaking, obviously, at this end. He said the roof's new, but he said it's not a very good job from the guy that put it on. Also, we noticed while I was up here, good job as well, was that the ridge needed repointing, and he's done that both sides for us. A few years back, I had the stack done. I had the little aluminium chimney pots put in, and the proper old pots took out and re-concreted over the top. So that's the view from up here. That's looking out towards Victoria Road up there, and back down towards the street, of course. It is a good way up, and it blows a bit in the wind with the scaffolding. Just that on that side, it's fixed securely, obviously. It's fixed at this end, certainly. Next door's roof's in a bit of a state. He's had that repaired while I've had the scaffolding up. And yeah, so that's Castlemoner from a bird's eye view. You get to see everybody's roofs and what's wrong with them and one thing and another. So there you go, and of course those are the Spectrum apartments. The house next door is empty, has been for years. It's been busy renovating it from time to time. The local builder keeps all his rubbish in there at the moment. He too's had a new roof, but I noticed some of the slates are broke. He had the cheaper Spanish slates. Try saying that. The cheaper Spanish slates. They're a bit thinner than the ones I got. I got the heavier ones, the thicker ones. A bit more expensive, but they said they were a better grade slate for you roofers out there. So there you go, the rooftops of Castle Mona. Bye for now. Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thursday afternoon, it's about 1:30. It's a lovely sunny day here on the Isle of Man, although a little bit chilly, of course. We're still in April. It looks like the tide's just coming in. Just having a walk into town from our house. We're probably 10 or 15 minute walk into town from here. I was going to go on my push bike, my electric bike, but the tyre's flat. My wife's been out on it, our Curly, and she's punctured the back tyre. But that's another job for tomorrow. The old turning wheel thing again, shall we ever go? Here we go again. Don't pull a funny face. Dear me, what is the matter with this thing? There we go at last. Dear, how many times was that? This is the new sea wall they've built, and it just stopped short of our house, and it's to prevent all the rocks and stones coming over from the sea, obviously. But where the cars park is just up near our house, so consequently when it's very stormy all the cars get battered. Doesn't matter up here because there's no parking from here into town. So I do wish they'd have carried it on a little bit further, but there you go. That's Douglas Council for you. Also, we had problems coming back on the boat the other night. Now the new boat is a wonderful thing, £78 million as we've previously said, and the draft's too deep to get into the harbour at Heysham, and it's too long to go into the harbour at Douglas, and too deep at low tide. But in the wisdom, I've heard Douglas Council have sold the dredger. Now that is quite intelligent, isn't it? And apparently they're trying to dredge the dock with a crane and a skip. Pardon me, but beggars belief. Anyway, there you go. As I say, walking into town. I haven't heard the horse trams as yet, of course. They should be clacking along this time of year. They usually start Easter weekend, of course, in the Isle of Man. And they used to go from the electric tram station behind me up towards Onken and go down to the sea terminal. But now they stop just in front of you here. You can see a little bus shelter in the middle there, and the tram line's coming down here. The horse trams terminate here and then turn around and go back again, which I suppose is good for the horses. They're only doing half the distance from what they used to be, of course. Did all the prom up, that cost onwards of £90 million when they did it a few years ago. I think they did it, a lot of it was done just before and during COVID. It helps me because I had 250 tonne of Manx stone to get rid of, and they needed all the stone to put into the road, so I was getting rid of it fairly cheaply. So bless. So, as you say, a beautiful day. Have a look over the seawall. A shingle sort of beach here. There's not much of a beach. When you go over onto the west coast, as it is at Peel, there are nice beaches over there, and down at Port Heron there's a lovely beach down there as well. But down here it's just the normal mucky sort of beaches. Coming up to the Roundel, I was talking to my daughter Sarah this morning. She said she hates roundabouts. She hates roundabouts on a bike. I've just lost the top off my microphone. I'm not having a very good day.